My name is Lori Spears, and I've lived at Sagetree Terrace since June. I moved in June 7th. I have rheumatoid arthritis, which is an illness that thinks for itself and thinks for me. I make decisions, and it offers me alternatives that I don't appreciate. I worked for 40 years before I got sick. They tell you to save your money and put money in your 401k and do all the right things. You know, right or wrong. You can do all of that, and then, oops, wait a minute. My husband wasn't supposed to die. You know, leave me with kids to raise. This was, you know, what? You're going to lay me off? Life happens. But housing should not be this difficult in the United States of America. There are many places to live in Houston that are somewhat affordable, but you would sacrifice so much to be there. Safety and comfort, and just in talking to some of the residents, some people have come from some real difficult circumstances. And to go from that to Sagetree is, you know, it's worlds away. It's a world of difference. Many of the people have worked years of their lives. I've worked at very good jobs, but here I am, you know, with this need. There are other people who have worked at, you know, menial jobs, yet they've worked and contributed. Yet they have worked and been the working poor who contributed, raised children, raised good kids that are now contributing members of society. Supporting people at this stage of life is worthy. Aren't we that good as Americans? Isn't that who we are? And that's why I admire RHF so much and appreciate the blessing I've been given so much. Nobody has to do this. You know, who would undertake this and this struggle, the struggle of providing housing that RHF has continued to build senior housing through all these public policy changes, because they're just not, they're difficult to navigate. It speaks to you're offering the ability to have that quality of life. We're not saying that the world owes anybody anything, but as a nation, we are good enough and wealthy enough to support something as worthy as senior housing. You're going to pay either way. Why not make good financial decisions that are sustainable? I don't know why you want to present the idea that you are saving taxpayers' money by cutting things like this, by cutting support for seniors and cutting especially housing funding. You're either going to support seniors in this way that provides a quality of life, allows them to continue to be functioning and contributing members of society, because there are people there that do so much for their communities and families and churches because they are able to live affordably, safely, comfortably. If they're not living that way, you're going to pay in healthcare costs, you're going to pay in additional crime prevention, responding to crime and serious illness, and just the deterioration of health that comes with living in situations that you know, don't contribute to your health. I read somewhere that our national budget is a statement of our values as a nation. I think that's one of the most profound things I've ever heard. You know, you can't just say it's about managing the money, or it's about our values as a nation. We will fund what we value. Sagetree is a lovely place. And I was surprised because you have fixed in your mind what senior living looks like. And Sagetree looks nothing like what I and probably some others have imagined. It's a beautifully appointed property. Everything's very nice and clean and new and has a look of quality about it. RHF is obviously a spiritually driven organization. They do what they do it's obvious that what is done with a sense of a higher purpose in mind. You know there is something greater at work here. My sentiment is shared by so many people. They feel led to this place. They disagree on the game of pity pat and what should be served for breakfast, but the one thing that you will find that people come together on is the idea that Sagetree is a blessing. I just want to offer my personal thanks to God and thanks to you for directing me here and allowing me to live where I live. You think as you get older that things that move you to tears of joy are going to be fewer and far between. You get beyond grandkids, it's like, okay, what else is there? I am moved to tears when I think about the place I've been led to and the place I live, and I will be eternally grateful for having this opportunity and for having this level of joy in my life. Wonderful place to live.